up, y'all? It's D about to react to this video by Honest. It's titled Lizzo Flopped Hard. Damn, Nicki predicted this, okay? She said she would have a flop album in Loose Skin. Or did she say that she had a flop album in Loose Skin? That lady is crazy. But yeah, let's see what he has to say about Lizzo and how hard she flopped. Let's watch.
Lizzo flopping should not be...
Oh, correction. She said a flop album, Loose Skin, and a weird charge.
surprise to anyone. It might only be a surprise to Lizzo herself, who has been infamously outspoken in wake of her 5th album titled Bitch. Lizzo has been giving a lot of commentary on the music industry, while also...
This is unfortunate because her last album was her best, and I didn't even listen to the other ones. But I'm confident that her last album was her best, and that album, meaning it wasn't an official album, I don't think it was a mixtape. Well, it's on Spotify, so it's official enough, but the album where she rapping on it is called, I don't even know what it's called, child, but I still listen to it all the time. There's like a few songs in particular that I listen to like quite a bit, but what was the album called? Wait, yeah, it's the one that My Face Hurts from Smiling. I don't even know what was called, that job. That album is her best work, and yeah, damn. So it sucks that she falling off and she flopping.
Voicing her frustrations with her label and a lack of promotion, Lizzo has expressed disdain and frustration for the state of social media music marketing, and more specifically, the algorithm. How we don't receive a lot of things in chronological order anymore, and how it's hard to make sure the whole world knows you have music coming or to promote something.
True.
Hi, I'm a multiple Grammy Award winning artist with multiple #1s and multiple platinum plaques, soon to be diamond plaque.
I'll talk your shit.
If you are upcoming in this industry, you should watch this video. The music industry is in complete shambles right now, and you can use that to your advantage. Back in the day, the music industry was very algorithmic, as any other industry was, but that industry was controlled to a certain extent. Now that we're in the digital stream...
I will say though, my Spotify I be looking out. It let me know when my people dropping. They know who I listen to, obviously. They keep data on all, the shit that I be playing, and they will tell me like, hey, you listen to this person all the time, and this person about to drop an album, or this new song came out. So I'm always on top of, who dropped that I care about, but that's because Spotify be looking out.
Streaming age, there is no control over the algorithm, and it is stressing people the fuck out, myself included. Every major artist besides Beyonce has dropped music this year, or is planning to drop music this year, or has featured on somebody's record this year. I dropped a mixtape over the summer. I had SZA and Doja Cat on it, and I just dropped the deluxe to my mixtape today. And yet there are still people who don't even know I dropped music. Every major artist from Lady Gaga...
Interestingly enough, Spotify recommended her album to me. I'm pretty sure that's how I found out about it, because the fuck, I wasn't even listening to her prior to that. But yeah, it popped up randomly, and I'm like, what is this? And then I saw she had her 2 middle fingers up, and I'm like, this is a random album cover. What this sound like? And I started playing songs, and I was like, oh shit, this is he.
Drake has dropped albums this year, and yet everyone is saying there's no song of the summer. I'm going to be completely honest with you guys. It's not because the music isn't incredible. It's because the way that the algorithm is set up, no one can serve the masses anymore. This industry used to be based on serving the masses, basically like servicing your song out to certain channels and certain radio stations. The internet space wasn't so congested. There was a clear channel back in the day for major artists to put their music out and serve the masses. Now you have to serve your people. I promoted my album and people on the internet clown me for it, so I don't know what to do. I promoted my album super hard and people were calling me a desperate flop, so I don't know, guys.
Lizzo isn't entirely wrong about this. In fact, I would say she's right. The industry has become far more niche-driven. But it's not exactly a new revelation at this point. However, I do think in Lizzo's case, her artistic decline has played the most significant part in people not clamoring to her music anymore. Lizzo operates on a dated template. She has the exact same problem of those of a similar ilk, like Katy Perry and Meghan Trainor have. Their bread and butter is cliche empowerment slogan anthems, and they play this card over and over until they become a caricature of themselves, until it is literally just passable radio fodder. For example, songs like Firework, Roar, Woman's World, There's a direct lineage there, and it only got worse with time. Meghan Trainor is an even more egregious example, because the definitive cornerstone of her entire discography has been all about that bass. A lot of her topics, her sonic direction, and most popular songs can be tied into that song with very few exceptions. Lizzo is interesting because I feel she actually had the talent and musicality to update the anthemic self-empowerment shtick into something cooler, bolder, and much more sophisticated. A song like Juice, for example, makes Meghan Trainor sound like Child's Play. Songs like Truth Hurts, Good as Hell, and About Damn Time are the type of songs that perfectly captured the more positive-leaning zeitgeist in which they became popular. And songs like Boys and Tempo show that Lizzo is actually incredibly capable of being multidimensional while not losing quality. Unfortunately, by the time her fourth album, Special, came around, which was her second album after her official mainstream breakthrough, it seems that Lizzo became extremely fascinated with public perception and being reactionary with songs like Rumors that predated the album, and other songs like Special, which also tackled online critics. These attempts at being a provocateur ultimately didn't land. How could they, when they're just as plastic and intimidating as a Live Laugh Love sticker you see in a corporate office? There's a thin line between having a signature formula and style and retreading your steps because you don't have any other interesting ideas, and you seem to want to pine for success. People like Lizzo, Katy Perry, Meghan Trainor, Ava Max don't ride that line. They have ran straight past it and just come across creatively bankrupt.
Damn.
We also can't forget the huge lawsuit in 2023, filed by Lizzo's background dancers who accused her of sexual harassment, weight shaming, and a hostile work environment. Everything that was the complete antithesis of Lizzo's brand. Facing something like this when in Lizzo's shoes is essentially setting you up for a major setback, if not career destruction. Lizzo is no longer an individual defendant in the suit, but her touring company is. Quoted from Pitchfork, months before 3 dancers sued Lizzo for sexual harassment, 14 of the singer's dancers received a separate settlement relating to footage that appeared in the 2020 documentary Love Lizzo. The Los Angeles Times reports. The dancer's manager raised the dispute in January, saying the dancers' intimate discussion of how misogyny, weight shaming, and racism affect them was used unauthorized. The manager, Slay Smiles, said the documentary had truly exploited these women and violated the emotional safety they had in those moments. A group including the co-production company, Boardwalk Pictures, and a Lizzo entity settled the dispute in February after a dancer hired an attorney, according to the Los Angeles Times. So Lizzo actually had multiple lawsuits, and when your entire brand is based on positivity, being an advocate, and you become somewhat of a symbol for people, this is very damaging. But celebrities have in all honesty come back from way worse allegations, or controversies in general. Lizzo is in an unfortunate position because her recent music is not good. She doesn't have a rabid fan base, and she's kind of taken on this role of woe is me. It is
I did try to listen to it. I don't like it.
100% true. Algorithms suck, and it is.
I listened to the whole thing. I didn't get through it. I just listened to a few songs, and I was like, yeah, no, this ain't sounding like the mixtape. I'm out.
Harder to break through the noise. However, Lizzo still has a major platform and some type of audience. It's not like she's a poor indie artist with no connections. I truly believe that if someone has a platform of Lizzo's size, even if she's not the most popular artist at the moment, if the music is good or at least different enough to appeal to a niche, it will find its audience.
I agree.
She is in a position to start all over again.
I agree.
Which is an intimidating scenario, but could end up being rewarding in the end. She did attempt a rebrand by going in a more rap and hip-hop centered direction with her mixtape My Face Hurts from Smiling, which in actuality is just a callback to her roots. And she got a lot of attention for her body transformation. It could have been the mark of a new era within her career.
Yeah,
but by the time her 5th album, Bitch, came around, it became clear that Lizzo has no idea what to do or how to approach this current cultural climate. She had a few false starts with songs like Still Bad and Love in Real Life, which both sound like they can fit snugly as Target or Old Navy back-to-school commercials. From a title track that tries to reheat Meredith Brooks' hit of the same name into a typical Lizzo empowerment anthem, to Don't Make Me Love You, a song that interpolates Tina Turner's Simply the Best, and sounds like 4 different songs mashed into one. It's so baffling, it almost sounds like a parody. Songs like She Stole My Man and Sexy Ladies, which interpolates UCB, are fun and good listens, but ultimately the album is a directionless, uninspired, cliche release. It's somewhat of a pop tradition for pop stars to reclaim the word bitch, but never has the word bitch sounded so uncool.
Ooh.
It's not nearly as audacious as the title might suggest. And if this album generally sought to live by its title, then it's only called Bitch because it's been neutered.
Yeah. He ain't shit. Yes, when I saw the title, I'm like, oh, I'm thinking she about to go in, and again, I got rap on the brain because her last album, you know. But yeah, I heard it and I was like, oh my god.
Lizzo herself gave her own insight into why people haven't been responding to her music. I actually can answer this. The industry changed so much in the last 3 years. Streaming replaced radio, and I was a radio darling. That's how my fans discovered my music. Not to mention the very obvious and public attack on my career changed things. But I'm out here doing my absolute best, and you can't knock a bitch for that. I'm unsure on why Lizzo framed this as if she's an artist that debuted in 1995. In fact, Lizzo achieved her first hit in large part due to the internet and streaming. Not to mention she achieved her second #1 hit and Grammy Award-winning song About Damn Time in 2022. Her explanation just seems a bit toothless. While Lizzo is an undeniable talent, her recent career moves and output shows her operating at the absolute low point of her powers, in every facet, but especially where it counts the most, the music.
It is a bit shocking to see her fall so hard from grace, but yeah, I agree. The music just ain't hitting. And although I really enjoyed the mixtape, I don't feel like a lot of people even knew about it. So I think that matters as well to a certain degree. But like he said, if you keep at it and the music is good, like you will find the right audience for it. I think if she just leaned more into that, like a song would have went viral on TikTok or something, and I feel like she would have got a whole new influx of, new fans, and she could have, really done well with that sound because it's a good sound, and I feel like she enjoys making that type of music. So I don't know why she went back to this boring, bland ass generic pop shit because it don't sound good. Based on what I heard, I only heard a few songs, but good luck to her. Hopefully she figures it out. Who knows? Y'all let me know what y'all think though, and I'll see you on the next one. Bye.